You like crazy pastas? Watch Andaull. Better hit subscribe if you got some damn balls. Coming at you every way like crisscross. Better think twice before you cross this boss. You like crazy pastas? Watch Andaull. Better hit subscribe if you got some damn balls. Coming at you every way like crisscross. Better think twice before you cross this boss. Huh?
Hey guys, what is up? Andaull here today, bringing you guys another cartoon creepypasta. But before we start this cartoon creepypasta, I want to talk about one. Thank you guys so much for 5,000 subscribers, guys. I appreciate that so much. I have been putting so much hard work and dedication into this YouTube channel for years now, for like 4 years now, and I'm finally starting to see it pay off. I'm starting to get, a subscriber base, and I'm appreciating it, and I greatly appreciate every single one of you guys who subscribe and comment in my comment section and also like my videos. And by the way, before we start this, since I've already brought it up, if you guys would you guys please hit that subscribe button below? Would you guys please slap a like on this video? It helps me out, and the more you guys help me out, maybe the more I can help you guys out. And also, be sure to leave a comment in the comment section below telling me what other creepypastas you want to see, because this one is going to be about the SpongeBob suicide creepypasta. So with that said, we're going to go ahead and get right into this. So it says, does anyone remember the SpongeBob episode, The Sponge Who Could Fly, that aired in March 2003? It was dubbed The Lost Episode by its commercials based on the episode's storyline, where Patchy the Pirate uses a treasure map to find the SpongeBob episode that he lost. The night before the episode was aired, I was sick with the stomach flu. I was feeling too ill to fall asleep, so I stayed up and watched TV. Around 2:30 a.m., my stomach started to settle, so I planned to turn off the TV and try to fall asleep. But as I was reaching for my remote control, the opening for SpongeBob started playing. SpongeBob was my favorite show at the time, so I couldn't miss out on watching it. Although I thought it was kind of strange that they were showing SpongeBob in the middle of the night, but I didn't think much of it. When the opening played, I noticed that the contrast of the animation was slightly darker than usual, and the theme song sounded a bit harsh and raspy. This made me feel a little uncomfortable, but I also tried brushing that off. The title card read Lost Episode, so I figured that there was a mishap and Nickelodeon was accidentally airing The Sponge Who Could Fly. When the episode started playing, it immediately looked out of the ordinary. It started off with SpongeBob sitting on his bed, slouched and looking downward with a somber look on his face. This was definitely not like himself. SpongeBob is so optimistic all the time. Why would he be acting like this? After about 10 seconds of seeing SpongeBob like this, he let out a big sigh, then looked over to his bedside barrel, and the screen zoomed in on a pill bottle that was sitting beside his clock. Once the screen zoomed in close enough to read the text on the bottle, it showed that it was a Prozac bottle. The show then panned to a scene with a much brighter contrast, showing SpongeBob taking one of the pills, then running off smiling and laughing. The fact that SpongeBob had to take pills to be, well, himself made me feel uneasy, especially because mental disorders and antidepressants are more mature themes that obviously shouldn't find a place in any kid's cartoon. It should be noted that this was seen on a show intended for kids. The screen then flipped back to the original scene of SpongeBob looking distressed. While at the same time changing the contrast back to the darker one, the screen froze on SpongeBob for a few seconds, then flickered to a new scene. This scene showed SpongeBob at his desk, the same one that he was in the episode Procrastination, with his Prozac bottle, a piece of paper, and a pencil. In this scene, instead of staying at one contrast, the colors kept flickering from light to dark. SpongeBob gripped the pencil in his hand and a tear rolled down his face. The part that bothered me the most was that the tear didn't look like the usual blue cartoon-style tears the characters in SpongeBob usually cry out. This tear looked completely realistic, as if there had been a drop of water rolling down my TV from his eye. SpongeBob wiped the tear from his face with his sleeve and began to write on the paper, reading out loud what he was writing. "I can't take this anymore," he said. As soon as he got that sentence out, a faint noise started playing in the background. It sounded like a child crying. The noise continued playing as SpongeBob continued writing. "My life has been horrible and hasn't gotten better. My best friend, Patrick, is only my best friend because he doesn't know any better. My neighbor, Squidward, hates my guts. He would probably be happy if I wasn't around anymore." SpongeBob stopped writing and talking and started weeping loudly. The color flickering started getting faster, and the cries in the background started getting louder, and it sounded like more children were beginning to cry. It could have just been my imagination, but I remember hearing one of the children very faintly yell, "He's gonna do it!" The children's cries get louder and the colors keep flickering faster as SpongeBob keeps writing. "The only job I can get is being the fry cook at the Krusty Krab. My boss, Mr. Krabs, refuses to give me an actual paycheck, and he basically uses me to get more customers. I'm in my 20s, and I still don't have my driver's license. Sandy is the only girl I've ever had in my life, and even she's just a friend. She's never had any interest in me. I'm pretty sure she's only my friend because she feels sorry for me. I'm sorry if I'm hurting anyone at all for doing this, but I just can't live like this anymore." The screen froze for a few seconds. Then the show continued with SpongeBob writing his final sentence. The contrast stayed dark instead of flickering from light to dark, and the children stopped crying. It was absolute silence except for SpongeBob saying, "Goodbye." The cries came back. SpongeBob quickly stood up, twisted off the lid on the Prozac bottle, dipped his head back, let all of the pills in the bottle fill into his mouth, and swallowed them all whole. The screen twitched and the animation was darker but still visible. SpongeBob clutched his stomach and vomited realistic pale orange stomach bile. It was clear that his body was trying to cleanse itself from the overdose, but it was no use. SpongeBob collapsed onto the floor and lied there motionless until the screen turned to a static. Needless to say, I was scared out of my mind and sleep was out of the question. Recently, I've been looking for this episode all over the internet, but not even one website seems to have it. If you recognize this episode, please let me know. Alright guys, so that's it for the SpongeBob cartoon creepypasta of SpongeBob suicide. I'm surprised I only had one mistake on there, and it's only because I had to reread it twice because I lost my place in my reading. But anyway, if you guys have enjoyed, be sure to slap a like on this video. Also, hit that red subscribe button below. It helps me out. I greatly appreciate it. Also, check the links in the description. There's my Twitter, my Facebook, my Instagram, my KiK, my Snapchat. I also got the link of the actual article down there below too. And yeah, also comment what other videos you guys would like to see. This has been it for this video, guys, and Andaull out.